Ask Tom on Home Show.
Chris from Northwest Houston has a question about cold cabinets.
Yeah, he says, when it's cold outside, Tom, they're cold inside. Chris writes to us, the colder outside, the colder it feels inside these cabinets on the outside wall. If I open the cabinet door, it obviously gets warmer. This is on the north side of the house, and there's a window beside the cabinet on one side. Would this mean, Tom, that there's poor insulation or no insulation in the wall? And what would you suggest doing about it, if anything?
Well, in the Houston area, we don't design for super cold weather. So when it gets really cold out, we are going to have some discomforts. People notice it with windows, with doors, with cabinets in your case, very common, and we'll get to a solution with that. But when you design a house for Houston, you design it, or wherever you are for that matter, you design it for the area where you spend the most time and energy, or you spend the most money on energy. And that would be the summertime with all the heat. So we design for the summertime. To design for a week of cold days and really bump the insulation super thick would be just a waste of thousands and thousands of dollars. So the bottom line is your house is perfectly fine. I'm sure it performs well most of the time. Maybe in that one cold day, you open the cabinet, you feel a little breeze because the cold and hot air mix and moves the air a little bit. And you think, oh my goodness, it's terrible. But it's common with everybody. In fact, if you go to northern climates, it's so cold sometimes when it drops really cold, people will open the cabinets mainly just underneath where the sink is, whether it's a bathroom or a kitchen, to let the heat get up in there, because those cabinets are an insulated box and they actually keep the cold weather and the kitchen on the inside where you are even warmer. So it actually is an insulator in itself, but it will get cold in there and you'll feel a difference if you open the cabinets. And it's not a terrible thing. It's pretty common.
Well, and to your point, Tom, he says that it's on the north side of the house. Does that make that big a difference?
It does. On the north side, it's always going to be colder. The building will get colder there. Just an example, if you have it so cold where we do have a pipe freeze, let's say you didn't drain your pipes, it took you by surprise, the north wall pipes will freeze long before the south wall will freeze. So the answer is yes. And it's because the wind and the cold fronts and everything come from the north, and it causes a positive pressure there. It gets really cold on that side, but it creates a negative pressure on the backside. So the cold wind and stuff never really hits the south side of the building. It goes into like a vacuum. So yeah, a north side of a building, windows will sweat on the inside. People used to call a lot, not too much anymore, because we have upgraded windows now. But the windows would sweat and things. It was always on the north side of the house with that cold wind and that cold temperature, and it just didn't let up on the north side.
No matter what side you're on, Tom's on your side. Yes. Go ahead and click on the Ask Tom button. He'll help you out. You can send us a form or you can record us a video. Either way, go ahead and fill out the form that follows and include pictures, and just that form right there. You can send us pictures because that helps us do a better job, and we're happy to answer them because we do a new one every day. Post them on our Facebook page, the Home Show Radio YouTube channel, and of course at HomeShowRadio.com.